If you've used Datadog for infrastructure, logs, or APM, you already see how much visibility you can get into your systems. But what about your users? How do you know what they actually experience? That's where real user monitoring, or RUM, comes in. In this video, we'll go from zero to full RUM setup. I'll show you how to configure environments, control sampling, manage privacy, and even link source maps for easier debugging. By the end, you'll know exactly how to instrument your app and what to watch in Datadog once data starts flowing. Let's start simple. Datadog RUM works by embedding a small JavaScript library into your frontend. If you use a web app, install the browser SDK. For React, Angular, or plain JS, it's the same library. On web or mobile, go to Digital Experience, RUM, then Manage Applications. Create a new application or select an existing one. For this demo, create a new app and choose your frontend. On the web, pick React or JavaScript. You can create an application in seconds. Datadog shows the setup instructions. Choose manual instrumentation or auto instrumentation through CI. We will start with manual. Install via Package Manager or use the CDN snippet. Copy the snippet into your project and initialize it. Sessions will start flowing to RUM. Auto instrumentation injects the library through your build or deploy system. It is a fast way to start when you only control CI or the runtime, not the app code. You can still add custom actions later in code if needed. For React, open Applications and select your React app. The instructions are similar. Install the required packages, then paste the initialization code. You are ready to capture sessions. For mobile apps, install the platform SDK and initialize it. The setup is similar and quick. Mobile follows the same flow. In applications, pick your target like Android or iOS. Install the SDK, add the required plugins, then initialize with your app ID and client token. React Native and Electron follow a similar pattern. On iOS, install the packages, configure the client token and app ID, then initialize. RUM supports React Native, Flutter, Roku, Electron, and cross-platform stacks. The steps are consistent across platforms. One last React note: the goal is speed. Follow the snippet, initialize, and verify events. You should see data in minutes. Once configured, your status changes from waiting to active. Events start reporting to the platform automatically. Before we hit run, let's look at a few key settings that make a big difference. Env tells Datadog which environment the data belongs to. Version links user sessions to specific app releases. Sample rate defines what % of sessions to record. Replay sample rate defines what % of sessions to replay visually. These rates control how much data you capture. Start with something like 100 for full capture, then tune down once you have volume and want to save cost. Remember, RUM isn't only about seeing everything. It's about keeping what matters. Then privacy. Datadog automatically masks sensitive fields like form inputs. But you can also enforce stricter levels, mask everything, or allow only specific attributes. This is especially useful for apps handling PII or payment data. Back to the JavaScript example, because it is cleaner. Here you can see the application setup. Focus on a few items. The application ID and client token identify the app and let the SDK connect. Name the service consistently. Even if the app is called Demo Digital, you can map subservices to the names you prefer. Here you can change the name. Define environments so you can compare across dev, staging, and prod. Set the application version. This lets you compare performance and errors by release. It makes regressions easy to spot. Below that, set the session sample rate. Decide if you send all sessions to Datadog. This ties to pricing and budget. We will cover RUM with limits strategies later. Default to 100% to start. If cost is a concern, pick a lower number and adjust over time. High-traffic B2C apps often use lower rates here or in RUM with limits. Set the session replay sample rate separately. Session replay shows what users clicked and what appeared on screen. It is excellent for troubleshooting. Pricing differs for replays, so tune the replay rate to match your budget. The last piece here is privacy levels. There are 3 options. Allow all text, which includes form inputs. The default shows app text, but masks form fields, which is safer. Or mask all text across the app. Stricter masking is valuable for B2B apps, where content is proprietary. Use it when on-screen data must not appear in replays or exports. That is the core setup. You now have the key elements to configure and start reporting data correctly. Set environments and version. Configure session sample rate and session replay sample rate. Choose the right privacy level. In an existing digital experience application, review user data collection. By default, you may collect fields like country, city, and IP. Depending on company or regional regulations, disable fields you do not want stored in the platform. Next, the retention filter and RUM without limits. Let's say you want to send all sessions to Datadog but only store sessions that contain errors. You can define filters based on attributes, error events, user IDs, browser types, anything. This gives you flexibility to balance visibility and cost. RUM with Limits is a cost optimizer. Open any application to configure retention filters. Send a chosen volume of traffic to Datadog. You are billed for sessions sent. Then choose which subsets to retain longer for investigation. This provides several advantages. In the June 2025 introduction, we highlighted a few. You avoid missing critical issues because everything is sent to Datadog. You can retain every error session. Global traffic is captured, which improves availability analysis and performance insights. Metrics are created from sessions and views across your whole traffic. You get near 100% coverage, which drives strong visibility. These feed performance metrics and out-of-the-box KPIs you can view immediately. Below, control what you retain. The retention filter is flexible. Keep all errors or sessions with a threshold of frustration signals. You can also target business segments like OAuth customers or premium tiers. Set these rules to manage large traffic while keeping the sessions that matter now and long term. You can also define static retention by a specific percentage if needed. You can apply filters to session replays as well. Retain only sessions that include replays. This gives you full flexibility to maximize visibility within budget. To clarify pricing, open pricing and select real user monitoring. You will see 3 price points. Datadog charges 0.15 for 1,000 sessions sent. These are the sessions you transmit. From those sessions and views, Datadog generates metrics you can use for monitors, trends, SLOs, and dashboards. You can also apply sampling to control how much you send. You may want to keep a subset of sessions for investigation, like low latency outliers or errors. RUM Investigate is priced at $3 per 1,000 retained sessions. If those sessions include session replay, expect an additional replay cost on top. This lets you go deeper and see what users viewed at a glance. Check heat maps and other features we will cover in future videos. This is why planning matters. Estimate today's session volume, project growth, and align sampling with your budget to keep maximum visibility. Each application can use different filters. I'm keeping 100% now because traffic is low. You can edit later and set the retention rate that fits your volume. If you already use RUM, open account, RUM with limits, and follow the guide for existing apps. When you adjust sampling, update replay accordingly. For example, 10% of a 20% sample results in 2% replays. If you switch to RUM with limits and send all sessions, recalibrate the replay sample rate. Set it to 2% if that is your target. To make JavaScript errors readable, upload your source maps. Without them, stack traces will look minified and hard to interpret. You can automate this upload during CI with the Datadog CLI or API. Just make sure the version number in your RUM config matches the deployed build. That's how Datadog links the right source maps to each error. For web frontends, upload source maps from this page. They deobfuscate stack traces and deminify JavaScript. If you use Webpack, Parcel, or Vite, your build already produces the map files. Upload the source map files to Datadog using the CI command. In error tracking, minified stacks become readable. You will troubleshoot faster with real file names and line numbers. Set this up for every app. Include the upload step in your pipeline so source maps are published with each build. If maps do not appear, follow the framework guide to generate them. The steps differ for Webpack, Parcel, and Vite. To review uploaded source maps, open applications, then debug symbols. This page lists all apps with uploaded maps and their corresponding JavaScript bundles. The same approach applies across platforms. Upload maps or symbols for Android, iOS, React Native, and any other apps you maintain. If you need extra control over data privacy, enable the sensitive data scanner. It can automatically redact patterns like emails, credit card numbers, or custom regexes across all RUM events. By default, form fields are masked, but this feature lets you go deeper into compliance-grade hygiene. In Digital Experience, open Sensitive Data Scanner. You get capabilities similar to logs, focused on redaction and privacy for RUM data. Create new rules to find sensitive information by pattern. Use built-in detectors or custom rejects. Choose to redact or alert when matches appear. In this demo, there are no findings today. In Settings, create a rule scoped to your service, for example, the digital app or the app service. Focus on RUM and create a rule group, for example, demo system. This adds a new group entry. No data is processed until you define rules. Add a screening rule that targets events from the time app service. Set a priority like medium. Use built-in rules or create the custom ones you need. Browse the available rules and choose the action. Hash the value, replace it, partially mask it, or take no action. Add tags as well. Tags help you find sessions where sensitive data was detected. Click Add Rules to begin analyzing each session automatically. You can also add custom rules here. At the top, define your own regex patterns. Use them when built-in detectors do not fit. Finally, let's talk feature flags. RUM integrates with tools like LaunchDarkly, Statsig, and Datadog's own feature flag API. This means you can track user behavior and performance per feature or cohort. If you're rolling out a new UI gradually, you can monitor metrics for each group and make sure there's no regression before full release. By enriching your RUM data with feature flag data, you can be confident that your feature successfully launches without unintentionally causing a bug or performance regression, correlate feature releases with performance, pinpoint issues to specific releases, and troubleshoot faster. Streamline data collection and analysis and focus on troubleshooting. Where do you see feature flags? In digital experience, open feature flag tracking. My example is empty because nothing is configured. The docs list many integrations, including LaunchDarkly, Optimizely, Growthbook, Split, and more. You can start tracking quickly. Setup is simple. Enable feature flag tracking in your monitoring config. Define your flag name, for example, Omega, and mark it as an experimental feature if needed. This configuration sends flag data automatically. You will see behavior by variant. If you use a supported tool, open its integration guide and follow the setup steps. Once configured, return to your feature flag application. Data begins to populate. For this demo, I will show the expected view so you know what to look for. Feature flags help you monitor user experience and traffic by variant. You can also review flag status to decide which flags to remove. Cleaning stale flags improves code health and maintainability. You can see which pages have active flags and where they matter. This context helps explain observed user behavior. In this view, you see the flag name, views, and users by variant. You also see the status. Active means the flag has seen multiple variants in the last 2 weeks. Inactive means we have not seen evaluations for the control variant. 100% means evaluations occurred only for a non-control variant. These states help you analyze flags and understand behavior in more detail. Here you can break results down by country, views, and other dimensions. This makes the impact of each variant easy to read. As with any flag tracking, feature flags show how a single feature behaves versus others. Review user issues and performance the same way you compare across application versions. That's your complete walkthrough for setting up real user monitoring in Datadog. You've seen how to install the SDK, configure environments, manage privacy, control retention, and link versions for accurate debugging. In the next episodes, we'll go deeper into performance optimization and front-end error tracking with RUM. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more Datadog tutorials like this one. And as always, happy monitoring!